Welcome to Football New South Wales Extra Time podcast. My name is Gareth Long. We're coming to the end of day 2 of what's been an amazing weekend at the Football New South Wales Coaching Conference. So I'm honoured to be joined by one of our international guests, Damir Dugandzic. And Damir, we've got a bit of a challenge here. I don't know if we've got 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Someone will tell us we've got enough time. But we are going to discuss 3 key tips to being a great coach. So a real, small topic for us to discuss in 20 minutes.
Absolutely.
Damir, I'm going to start with a question about you. And I'd love to know how you have changed as a coach over your time as a coach.
That's a great question to begin with.
Small question.
And a small question, yeah. Well, honestly speaking, I'm quite happy that at my young ages there haven't been any social media, no YouTube, because I've really been a bad coach, but a successful one.
Okay.
So I guess I got a nickname. They called me Mini Mourinho. Really, at that time, I think I was technical really good and won many titles. But I would say, abuse might sound harsh, but I use players. I use players for my own success, to win games. So sadly but true, that was the only thing that counted at that point. Yeah. So if you want to be seen, you have to be successful and win games. And over the years, I think I developed. And I have to thank my wife, for example, not being only supportive of all these years. And I was working in football and spending the evenings and the weekends on the pitches and not at home. So you have a good family to support you. So I'm very thankful to my wife. She's a PE teacher, so she knows something about sports, but she hates football and she dislikes it really. But she's raising very good questions about it. And she's asking me sometimes, so tell me, why are you doing that or this? And then I have to explain. And then I see, really I can't explain. This makes no sense at all. So some part of self-reflection at that point in time, explain others what you might seem as quite obvious. And seeing it, it's really dumb what I'm doing, but everybody did it at the time. And it's just usual and common sense, but it isn't at all. Made me realize I have to do things different than before. So it was a quite long journey, altogether now 30 years. And I hope, for me personally, in 10, 15 years, I will looking back even to this conference and said, I improved and got better.
So if we're not lucky enough to have your wife, how do we seek feedback? How does a coach seek feedback?
It's just easy, ask. So it's the same approach towards players. You want your players to improve, to get better every day. And the question is, with whom do they compare? Well, it's always easy to compare with someone else, but you should compare with yourself and try to be today better than yesterday. That's what you want from the players, but be a role model. So just behave the same way. Try to be better every day, just a little bit, improve than the day before, and ask for help. So you're surrounded, even here, 600 coaches, and on these gatherings and coach education courses, for sure I learned something from my tutors, from the educators and presentations, but I learned most by discussions and dialogues with others, by sharing, by reflecting. It's like some peer feedback, when you will say so. And that's the way. And the higher you climb up the ladder, or the harder it's to get honest feedback. So you have to be proactive, you have to ask and surround you with good people. If you want to improve yourself, find better people who will make yourself better.
All right, well look, I love all that. I think we've got our tip 1, Damir. I guess it's around building your capability, but being the best version of yourself.
That's it, yeah. So if that's a claim or slogan, I think that's what's fit. Be the best version of yourself. And this doesn't mean you start at a junior coach in a kids or youth level, and 5 years later you will be Champions League coach. No. Be the best that you can on your level. So try to be the best under 15 coach you could be. So and always compare to yourself. Improve. So
nice, lovely.
exactly.
All right. Now we use on some of our courses, we have this quote that we use, and I'm going to read it to you, and I want your honest opinion whether it's just a nice little quote that you put on your fridge or whether it's really true. So the quote is, "Players don't care what you know until they know you care."
So true, so
Yeah?
true. Yeah, and it's not about football, it's about life, because we're all human beings and we seek for social relationships. So why should football be different? Makes no sense at all. And younger coaches, I give the advice to try 1 minute coaching.
What's 1 minute coaching?
1 minute coaching. Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, I prepared something. No. Often, the 60 seconds from walking from the changing room, from the locker room to the pitch, and interacting with your players is more important than what you do afterwards on the pitch. And it's about really being interested in persons, and not only about their football skills, but as human beings. So ask them, how's your family? What about your parents? What are your kids doing? Or by younger, what about your school? Oh, I've seen you've been injured. So how's your ankle today? I've seen, oh, you're shifting a bit. So what about today? Or I've seen you on a match last Saturday. What a great goal. So make them be seen. So, and be interested in the persons himself. And then afterwards in the footballers. So it's always about being connected. Plus, me as a coach too. I want a relationship with my players. It's not that I'm just 3 or 4 times a week on the pitch for 90 minutes and that's it. No, I want to go on the pitch because I want to be there. And it's not about football, it's about persons.
Yeah, it's lovely. Look, quite often I hear around the benefit for a coach of building those relationships, but I love that you've said there's benefits to the coach for building those relationships. So if you're happy, we can lock in tip 2, which is develop connectiveness and relationships.
True. Tick.
Awesome. We're going well. All right. Although even with that, we build these relationships. I guess we can't pretend everything's always going along swimmingly and everything's fine and rosy, because coaches at all levels have to make tough, often unpopular decisions. How do we do that and maintain relationships?
Well, the foundation is a good relationship, because if you don't have, it will only work as long as they're successful. Then everybody is and everything is fine, But we'll see some cracks if you lose, and people start asking, why is that? And you can't repair that anymore. So everything is built on a good relationship between players and just players and with the coach too. And in my experience, players don't have problems with decisions because they know the setting, they know the rules. They have a squad of 20 at weekend. They can only be 7, 9, 11 in a starting formation. So they know there will be subs and they will be benched. But what they're really struggling with is the question, why? Give me a reason for that. Yeah? And you as a coach are responsible to make decisions, but to make the people understand why and what is it based on. And it can always be, and don't hesitate, can always be that you say, well, it's in my gut. I got a feeling about it that one guy will be better than you today. Perhaps I'll be wrong, I don't know. But okay, it's my responsibility. I'll take the blame if it doesn't work. But still, I can explain to you why. So always make decisions, don't hesitate. That's your role. But be transparent about it and make it clear why you came to that decision.
So I think I'll lock in a bit of transparency there. But we were having a little conversation before this, and we were talking about people say being authentic coach, but you had a slightly different twist on it, which I really liked, and I learnt a new word.
Being authentic or authenticity is some kind of buzzword or container word. So everybody says, "Oh, that's what you want to have to be." I don't believe in it, but I have to learn about it really, and I think it's about congruency. So expectations and behavior must fit in each situation. So, for example, I will behave in a familiar setting with my kids and my wife, perhaps different than being out on a Sunday at a Sunday night with my lads and my friends, than being on a pitch and being the head coach. So there are different settings, and I will behave different. But it will always be a fit about the expectation, what is my role, and what will be my behavior in that situation. So it's like congruency in every situation. And you can't be or behaving every time the same, because the settings are different.
Yeah, really nice. I guess aligning your behaviours so they reflect who you are, but they also reflect the context and the needs of your players.
Yeah.
Really nice. Well, I reckon we can lock in our 3 tips, but there is a little bit of overtime in this, I know as well. You're breaking the rules, but we're going to allow it. So 3 tips to becoming a great coach. Tip number 1 was around developing your capability and being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Tip number 2 was developing connectiveness and relationships for you and for your players.
Yes.
And number 3, hopefully I will say it correctly, was transparency, but also congruency.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Now, we've never had anybody try and sneak in a 4th tip before, but I'm going to allow you, Damir.
Thank you. I'm
so
thankful.
You.
Great.
But I'm just going to let you say it.
Yeah.
You wanted a 4th tip.
Yeah. I have a 4th one. It's reliability and prepare yourself. I think in young ages, even especially in young ages, you have to prepare yourself for every possible situation that could appear. And if there's chaos in your head, there will be chaos on the pitch. So you have to organize yourself, and this means really easy things. Be punctual. So if you want others to be punctual, be 5 minutes early. That's always fine. Perhaps it's a German thing. I don't know. But it's being prepared. But I would say prepare 120%, but only do 70.
Oh, you need to explain that to me.
So go with the flow. Let's go with the flow on the pitch. So be prepared for every situation that can appear, even for a match. You know, sometimes, you get a red card or someone will get injured. So even have a game plan, you have to change it immediately. So be prepared for it. So have a version A, B, C, D, E for everything to change. But don't stick to the plan. So if you're prepared well, you will be more flexible. And the second thing is, and I had it on the page today, so I deal with that, with what the players give to me and what I see. So I have to be reactive in that situation. So if I would have it to my plan and say, go, we will progress, but I see the players, they need time on it. So be patient. It's not about ticking the boxes and say, yeah, great session, because all things I've planned, I've done. No. Prepare, but be so flexible that you stick to the situation and serve your players.
Lovely. Well, look, the breaking of the rules, I'm glad I allowed it. Tip 4 in our 3 key tips. Tip 4 is reliability, be organised, prepared, but be prepared to be flexible.
That's it.
Brilliant. Damir, thank you so much for your time.
I say thank you. Okay.